Hi, I'm Missy with On William Street, and we are here to help you become a more confident quilter, from the piecing to the quilting and everything in between. This month, we are going to talk about wool pressing mats. Are they really worth it? For this year, we wanted to bring in something a little bit different. We want to talk about some of the different tools out there for quilters to make quilting life a little easier. And we want to find out if that really is true. Do they make your life easier, and are they really worth using? So for Christmas this year, I got a wool pressing mat. This is something that I have been looking at for a very long time, and I don't know why I hadn't actually just bought my own, but I was kind of glad that I didn't, because I got it as a Christmas present, and it's a really nice big one. And one thing that I learned with the wool pressing mats with this Christmas present, because this is a really nice size mat. And you can get a lot of smaller mats, you can get a lot of different sizes, but this particular mat is not something that is out there marketed to quilters. This particular mat is a saddle blanket, something to put underneath the saddle in between the horse to make things a little more comfortable for the horse. And because of that, we can get a much larger mat for a fraction of the cost. And what the wool pressing mat really does for you is it absorbs the heat into that wool, so that when you're pressing your squares, you're going to get the heat from the top because of the iron, but then it also, because it's holding that heat, you're going to get the heat from the bottom as well. So when you're pressing, you're not only still going to get heat up here, but even down here, the heat's going to reflect from the mat to go back to that square. We've got some quilt squares that we've put together, just some simple half square triangles, and we're actually going to press with both the iron on just a regular ironing board and then on the wool pressing mat so that we can see the difference. And for this one, we wanted to make sure that we had some nice bulk in the seams as we connect these. So we did that on purpose. So typically when we're pressing, we're going to press it first like that to set our seam, and then fold it over and press it open. So we got a nice good press. This still folds up a little bit, but it's a pretty good little press. So we'll get this one done. So there we have both of our pieces pressed with just the regular ironing board. Okay, now we're going to press with the wool pressing mat, and you will notice that I did set this on top of my ironing board. You don't want to set this just on your table or any other surface necessarily, because it absorbs the heat. That heat's going to go all the way through, and you don't want it to burn or mess up anything that's underneath. So I'm still going to put that on top of my ironing board to use. And again, I'm going to take my squares, set my seam, fold that over and press it open. And we get a nice flat press. And the second one, because our irons heated it up a little bit, might even be a little flatter. So there we go, we've got our presses with our wool pressing mat. Okay, now we've actually gone ahead and sewn those two pieces together so we can get more bulk in this seam, so we can really see how that affects it. So this is the one that we have been pressing on just the regular ironing board the whole time. And we can see that we do have that seam bulk that's kind of puffing us up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take the same blocks that we've again sewn some more together, so we get more bulk in that seam, and press them on the wool pressing mat. So you can see the one that we pressed with the wool pressing mat is laying a little flatter than the one that we pressed with the regular ironing board. This one is definitely puffing up a little bit more on us, whereas this one it is a flatter piece. So I would say that yes, absolutely, the wool pressing mat is worth it, especially when you're doing blocks that are going to have lots of additional seams and creating that seam bulk. It really seems to press that down a little bit better. Now that I've actually had a chance to use the wool pressing mat, I'm really excited that I got that for Christmas and that I can add that to my tools in my sewing room. It's definitely going to get a lot of use out of it. And if you have any tools out there that you've been wondering about and you want us to test them for you, shoot us a note. We'll take recommendations, and if we're able to get that tool and test it out, we'll absolutely test that out for you, do a video so that you can see what it's like. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss anything, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to see what we're up to. And we'll see you next week.